Hey everyone, it's Ross from Mythic Mountains Folk Tabletop Club. This is our last episode of Rappan Athuk, as you know it, as it has been since July 1st, 2022, an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure game. This has been the best Dungeons & Dragons I've experienced in my life, and I am so thankful for all the friends I've made through this, and all the fun that we've had together because of it. Just as the adventures of the Hounds of the Pine ended several years ago, now the adventures of Caden's Fist come to an end. However, the living world of Otherworld and Albion is not ending. After this episode of Rappan Athuk will actually continue, but in a different way than you knew before. So stay tuned, as more episodes of Rappan Athuk are on their way. And here's a hint, it's not just an adventure game now. But for now, this is the finale. The final battle for members of Caden's Fist to save Caden's Rest from an imminent threat, including some returning heroes from before. Enjoy. It is miles beneath, a demon-haunted maze that once swallowed a crusading army, the legendary Rappan Athuk, the Dungeon of Graves. A handful of iron-thewed men risk their lives, their very souls, to plunder and explore, to stop the creeping tendrils of chaos. This is their story. Welcome back to Albion. You are all from Albion. And Albion is a place much like the ancient past of our own world. And from recent years, you have become, I think it's fair to say, heroes of this land. And you have defended the people here and built a small measure of civilization on the edge of a monster-infested wood, and you've beaten back the monsters and villains thus far. Let's see. Tonight is Aul the First of Adventuretide. And you are in the Bristleback Inn. Today was a meeting of people from across the land, some legendary heroes of the past, some who have traveled back and forth across the Forest of Hope. You have met each other, exchanged information. Today was a day of gloom. It is nighttime now outside on the evening of Aul the First. The weather is beautiful, and the skies are a dense, starry sky. You can see the Milky Way streaked in the night sky above. There are no clouds. There's no wind. It is a gentle 55 degrees Fahrenheit. But it was a gloomy day because you were called into what was called the Council of Caden's Rest. These are the magisters, the administrators that, on behalf of the heroes of previous years, govern this fledgling civilization in a land called the East Reach. And at that meeting, the administrators of the council have told you that they have received no reports from any patrols. Now, this is common in the wintertime. In Darkentide, it is normal for patrols to become greatly delayed or once a season or so to never come home. But it is not common in Isle the First, especially this year, for the forests have been kind. This is not like 3 years ago when people would go into the forest and disappear. But one patrol was sent, and they were not heard back from. A second patrol was sent. They were not heard back from. This is in the Forest of Hope to the east beyond the river. And it has now been more than a month. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Kalik, before we go around the table here, Kalik, your eyes are dark, right?
Yeah.
And you can understand birds?
Yeah.
Did you come by boat?
I think I would have had to. I was coming
Okay.
from the bridge with a whole bunch of...
I don't know why you would have had to have been here for a while for some reason. Okay, I don't know why.
Been here for
We'll
a couple
figure
of
that
weeks
later.
trading armor.
Okay.
As the ships were hopefully coming in and out, but apparently that stopped.
Yes. So you came in on the Myrmidon, the sort of single martial vessel of this little kingdom of Ulfkill. And no other ships have come or gone in either direction. Worse, the day of the council, maybe the past 2 days, you've looked to the skies with your darkened eyes, and you've heard the birds call, a time when they should not be migrating, and birds flying to the west. All of them crying, "There's nowhere to land. There is nowhere to land. There's nowhere to land." And so, in this gloom, you all meet at a table that several people met here, I think now 4 years ago. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm going to kind of call you out person by person here. In brief, your character, AJ.
Oh boy, I'm first. I am AJ. I am playing Praderi, who is a 6th level fighter with a small but very resilient retinue of 3 as well. He is a average man, very boisterous, very charming, or once was, and bears a magical suit of armor that you can't help but feel comfortable when you're near.
All right, Martin.
Kellogg is also a 6th level fighter. He's got a whole bunch of deformations from bad interactions with the other. No shadow, no reflection. Pitch black eyes. He is accompanied by strange folk, a giant bird, well, giant for a bird, a warg that he keeps on the edge of town, and his own retinue. Usually he just comes in and then goes back out.
Okay. A large, imposing man sits at the table with you. They've put this table together for you, perhaps a good feast for the evening. He goes by the name Father Bloombad. Now, he has seen many strange things. It is said of Father Bloombad that he stands at the port every single morning when the sun rises without fail. Every boat that comes or goes, Father Bloombad knows the name of everything and every item on every roster and ledger. He would know that your eyes are darkened, but he has seen some things like this before. But the people of this place will not tolerate darkened eyes, and they've seen no shadows before, but so I wonder how you fit in with common folk now when you need to.
Mostly I don't. That's I went and I started my own city.
This is true.
I mean, not much of a city, but I left and haven't been back much.
Here I endorse the I sit in the corner D&D solution. A hood is sufficient. I think it has to be. Okay, Colin.
My name's Colin, and I'm playing a level 6 druid named Semyon. He's a tall, bearded man, and he might have also detected whatever's going on with the birds and so forth.
Yes.
Then also, I may or may not have a few other characters involved here, and that would be Aaron, who is a 4th level fighter who's sort of a subordinate of Kalux with the Hounds. And Jasir is a cleric who is came from a faraway land. Some sort of tome that it was a powerful artifact was brought to Albion, and he was chasing that to prevent it from falling into evil hands. So he might participate at some capacity. Those two can basically be considered my retinue for Semyon, in a sense.
The characters would not know this, but for the sake of our audience, and also for the players present, what happened with that book?
Yes, that book. So first, to describe it quickly, it seemed to be a book of limited wishes or something of that nature. Something which could cause extreme changes and give extreme feats to people. And that book that book was stolen from Jasir and brought over here to be delivered to some kind of being of great evil. Our party went out to stop that from occurring, and we had limited success, but then another character named Terrain appeared out of nowhere and proceeded to steal it anyway. So now he possesses it.
So as far as you know, Terrain has this book of great power.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
But in the midst of doing so,
right. Yes,
he
there's
was charmed
twist.
by one of AJ's followers. This is all a tangent from the character descriptions, but
I have this principle called the most liberal interpretation, and I've used this in the past. In this case, AJ, what character has charmed Terrain?
More. My level 4, 170 XP from level 5 magic user.
He knows that charm was lost.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
oh no.
John.
How do you lose a charm?
20-something human mage.
Sorry, go ahead, John. Sorry. Let me turn you up too. Say that again, please.
I'm a 20-something human mage. Beard that's trying to grow in but isn't being very successful. Wearing gray robes that look like he just bought them off of the shelf. However, they do have a little wear of tear. He is a level 2 magic user.
Nice.
What is
What
his...
should we call this character?
Okay. Yes.
His name is Tempest Tepes.
Okay, there we go.
Suitably grand for one who dares enter the unusual arts. What was his reasoning for coming here?
He was in search of apprenticeship to a mage that he heard tales of coming out of this area. Someone by the name of Magnus, who is yet to meet.
Did he find this Magnus?
Not as of yet.
I see.
Seems to be holed up in a tower somewhere. Doesn't come out.
Tonight he has met him because something has brought Magnus from his tower. Father Chris.
Magnus is a upper middle-aged man, perhaps in his mid to late 50s. This evening, not at all ostentatious robes held together with just a rope, and practical, his hair tied back, mostly white with some pepper in it. With him at almost all times, unless they're away for reasons he doesn't talk about, are two very shady-looking characters, Monakan and Lakan. They are respectively a thief and an assassin, both of whom were at one point charmed by Magnus. Monakan, they've both been released from that charm and have stuck with him of their own will. Lakan underwent an actual alignment change during that. He initially was an assassin that had been sent to kill him in his tower, but the party defended me long enough for me to get the charm off.
And who sent that assassin?
Terrain.
I see. All right, John Quill.
Terrain was mad because I refused to become his apprentice. And then he tried to lightning bolt us all. slew Flanagan, I think, at that time. More than, no, maybe it wasn't. Anyway,
No,
slew more than one.
You're right that many great heroes were slain, and Father Bloombed resurrected them all, which led to now these essentially henchmen. That was usually we would not give somebody a henchman, but like you got this boat full of people and half of them are brought back to life by a miracle, and they see this and they see you rise into the skies and enter this wizard duel over a river.
I almost had him twice. Twice I almost had him. Like down to single hit points now. Twice.
All right. John.
I landed like one hit.
I am Ulfkel, the once foreigner future king from the Citadel Before Names, or whatever you call it. But I have 12 loyal henchmen who follow me because of this crown. I too have a bad eye, or good, depending on how you look at it. Ulfkel is level 5.
Or how it looks at you.
What?
Or how it looks at you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he's cockeyed sometimes. He's bringing a layoff stun, who's a level 4 thief. Dobby, the cleric, will stay out of this. And then so I got 12 plus layoff stun. I've Gold Spear, which is a great boon of a weapon. That's about it.
In the days when the Hounds of the Pine discovered the font of pestilence, the woods, the wilderness teemed with horrible monsters, and it could barely even be traveled in a mile deep into the hoary forest. You removed that curse, and the forest changed overnight. And you went deeper, and it was Ulfkel, this foreigner that showed up, and he took there, in Rappan Athuk, the Dungeon of Graves, an iron crown. And what happened?
Was that Sarachek?
Sarachek.
Yeah, we took his sword too, didn't we?
Yes.
We do. We did.
First, we had a pretty frightful fight against him. It was pretty pitched.
Yeah.
We almost didn't win.
Yep. Except for a magical horn that summons Ulfkel's ancestors, and also Ulfkel was the one that saved versus Fear. Anyways.
And then Glorpert crowned me.
Yep.
Isn't it Glorpert?
Yep.
Yes, I think so.
Test.
Well, during this fight, there was rumors of some kind of flying snake, but I wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, so
what did they see in the tavern? What did they see in the tavern?
Well, Zolatan is wearing an illusory guise of a tall, slim man with long features, if I think so, and backswept black hair with a gray stripe.
Yes.
Sometimes it looks like he's aging quickly, or sometimes it looks like he's just quite old.
Has Kellick or Flanagan ever seen your secret?
Kellick, I don't think so.
Then perhaps it'll only get revealed tonight. I assume you cannot openly share of this secret even at the Council of Caden's Rest.
I mean, he's revealed the secret a couple of times with people around. Like there's been some horrible monster, and I've just kind of leapt into action and dropped the disguise. So the secret is not that well kept.
Okay.
But he's also not very open about it. Whether it's sort of a polite open secret or not, I'm not sure.
All right.
So, I am playing Zolatan, who is a Coatl, which is a kind of lawful good monster. Sort of like a guest star, just kind of kept showing up every week. And I just recently hit 7 hit dice after leveling up just last session.
Very nice.
So, not to contradict the DM, but he is not in fact from Albion.
Indeed. Yeah. This person is not from Albion. Yes.
So after I think we decided that the way that I see it, after St. Patrick destroyed the power of the Serpent Kings on these isles, serpents are forbidden from lordship, and he insists this has got nothing to do with him, But in order to keep the letter of the law, he's obeyed its prescriptions, and he has no estate, commands no troops, and has no followers.
Yep. A monster player.
That's right.
So, lastly, there is someone else not from Albion. And this person was not at the Council of Caden's Rest. In fact, probably wouldn't have been invited, actually. They're not from Caden's Rest, nor are they a member of this council. And the old wooden... the tavern, by the way, is this riverside tavern. It has been kept small. It has not been refurbished all of these years since its last owner disappeared far away. His daughter has been managing it. The planks are sodden with this the salty the silty misty river air, and then the smoke of many people who have sat here and smoked, and also just the insulation against the winter that has kept a few people surviving for a long time. And then the old wooden door creaks open into the starry night. And there enters, at the end of the music, and everyone sees a very odd person, accompanied by someone some of you recognize in heavy armor, Reverend Christopher.
Kendarin is a level 6 cleric with a bushy mustache and bushier eyebrows. He is adorned in plate +2 with a cloak of protection +2, wielding a flail +1, with a Yeti capelet adorning his shoulders to keep him warm in the cold winters. Even though it's quite warm out now, he still wears it inexplicably. He brings with him portents of evil on the horizon. He introduces the stranger with him as a minstrel judge of Lioness, ancient order of men from across the sea, or recently on the Isles of Lioness, quite close. He's very powerful. He's very high level, very fancy man. They travel the land and they prophesy evils, prophesy goods. They're an order of druids. It might be possible that Semyon's heard of them, but it depends. They speak for the old gods. They speak for ancient deities who are not attuned to the light. He comes bearing bad news for Albion.
And this is a odd thing for some of you who has been a companion sometimes. Because while he looks like an adventurer in armor and all of his accoutrements, the person who he introduces as this person of great importance looks very unassuming. A snaggle-toothed, bony wretch, like those you would have rescued years ago and sent to the orphanage, as if one of these orphans had come of age, malformed and bony in rags, but with a simple wooden instrument and a maniacal smile. And he walks into the center of the tavern and looks around, and he faces your table. And then he backs up and he faces partly the fireplace, and then also then to his left front, your table. And he says, "Hark, I declare unto you a doom upon this land." And then he takes out his lute and he begins to gently play and strum. And then the crackling fireplace around the old pot that just seems to be there eternally suddenly engulfs the fireplace, and some of the people, the common people in the tavern, like gasp, and they stagger back from the fire, and the fire gouts out around the lip of the fireplace, and you can see in this fire other places, and horrible, monstrous faces. Some appear demonic. One you recognize. At least Test and Magnus and Perdere do. One is the face of the horrible monster that you fought in the swamps far to the north. Another has a helm that you see bones, and then robes. Magnus, you would recognize these robes as robes of great power and importance for a spellcaster. There are other faces. One is just the face of a young man. You're not sure, 19, 22, a young man, however. You're not sure who these other people or persons are, but you can see them in the fire as if looking through the fire into another place. Some sit on thrones, others in strange places, others simply stand and were doing something mundane and stop and look. And the entertainer says, in 1 year hence, the Dark Lady, Ancient Worm, comes. Here among you lay the path to its prize, the descent to Tree of Life. And he starts to perform, moving back from verse to narrative, a story. He says, and I will literally tell this story. In Albion's heart, a fire awakens, a wrath, that one ensnared by Marduk's net, unfurled, prison shattered. In a year's pass, her heads turn, the tree of life to ashes and smoke. Blot out the stars, the moon, our hope. The rear gatehouse of depths unbarred, the ancient book of tales changes mouths. The fallen angel, new chains on 4 black wings. 5 tongues whisper, 5 truths they hold. The first knows how her flame to kill. It seals its lore in star-bound steel. The second guards a path to stall. A fleeting stay neath the lizard's call. The third, in trickery, would embolden her flight, stoke her to burn the starlit night. The fourth, a path to these sacred roots, where false lives cradle and sacred light. The fifth, a veil this bard cannot sing beyond. Roots divine of verdant spire, 1 year remains till dragons fire. She seeks the starry grove where false kings grow. Mist and more aurora shall rise. If the tree burns, embers dance in a starless sky. Riddles twist, motives blur, 1 year to weave, to break, to bind. In this verse the warning falls, cursed depths and hallowed halls. The tree awaits its roots entwined, a fate to meet in a year's time. The Dark Lady, none will flee when fire comes. And he smiles his like crooked, teethy, maniacal smile, and he bows to the fireplace and to your table. And then he turns and simply walks out the door into the starlit night. I will post this.
Should
But
we,
not
have
now.
should we have that man arrested?
I
I
just
don't
wrote it
even
down,
know.
Ross. I
I'm
was-
not sure if we should.
I thought this was really important.
Sure.
I wouldn't recommend
should.
it.
I
The
bet
minstrel judges
There-
this charlatan. Come in
There
here
are
preaching this
A
nonsense.
messenger, perhaps.
For whom? To what purpose? To
Oh.
confound us all?
Ken,
You feel
Kendern-
confounded,
Kendern-
Magnus.
We saw that frog, that antediluvian thing.
Kender looks very pointedly at Magnus and says, you know of great powers. The minstrel judges, of course, seek their magic from a different source than you, but all the same, their power is great.
Yes, but again, to what purpose? Hmm.
If they intend to attack us, why warn us?
The minstrel judges aren't on the side of these great evils. They are merely messengers
Well,
of
that answers that. Well, then we shouldn't.
portents of doom or weal.
Ross, you said he came from Lioness. Would Jasir have recognized a certain character that we ran into there and from the fires? Was that character also present?
No. And so a couple of things. You've never met this minstrel judge, but you know what a minstrel judge is. I think, like you said, you're from Lioness. Is that right?
Well, I think we determined that Jasir was originally from Albion, but then was
That's what I thought.
on mission to Lioness, and that's how he ended up there for a while.
Did
but
you?
He would have run into that because our adventures brought us into conflict with possibly minstrels. So yeah,
Right.
He would have learned that.
But no, there was no power in the flame among this audience of peoples or things of that person. Yeah.
So what's a minstrel judge? Maybe I should describe Flanagan. I didn't get a
I'm so sorry. Goodness gracious. Yes. Well, this
maybe,
actually is a really great.
Flanagan's looking confused, and he's like, "I never heard of a minstrel judge before. What the hell's going on?"
And
so
before you pass it off, tell us, please.
So Flanagan is wearing anybody who's been around Keaton's Rest for some time would know of him as the local captain of the militia of the Hounds of the Pine, who sticks around here. You'd see him walking his mule Birdie around the inside of the walls every morning and every evening, and training the troops. He doesn't look like much of a fighter. He's thin, he's gaunt, he's got a scar on one eye, and it definitely looks like, just in the look of him, he's got this haunted look, like he has seen a lot of death. And you probably know that he has died himself and come back, and he stopped adventuring after that happened. He wears a cloak that is of snakeskin, and over top he also has a Yeti cloak that he even wears in this summer. He looks chill and kind of sickly. And that's him. He's just about to turn 6th level after he gets 150 XP. So he says, what's it called again? The minstrel. Yeah. What's all this about?
Sounds like a bunch of poppycock to me.
Is that something that Semyon would be aware of as a druid? I'm not sure how that fits into your idea of Albion.
You certainly do some things that it's difficult to learn and not die.
Yeah, then Semyon would say, yeah, he deals with the same beings of which I'm trying to unravel the mysteries of. I would trust him completely in what he's told us.
Well, then,
that's dire news.
The only clear part of it to me was the dragon. Clearly, we have to ponder these words.
The only clear part of it to you is the dragon, Magnus? You've never heard of this tree of life in any of your travels? Those of you who have been underground where he said this tree of life resides?
Prideri,
and I actually, real quick, the tree of life also, in fairness, would be just like one of us saying the cross. It is the most sacred symbol of Albion. So to say the tree of life burns would be like to say the cross burns, like yeah.
Oh, that tree of life.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I'm not saying that you can infer that. I'm just saying that it would be like saying a cross. That it would be equivalent to that in terms of
think of that
sacred
as the tree of
symbology.
light rather than life. But I guess it's both.
Yeah,
really.
that was. Well, now that you mention it, that was the Folger's knightly order. Killick would of course know, at least of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prideri brushes his chest piece, and his armor looks like plate armor that had been rusted to a filigree almost. And the tree of life is emblazoned in the dappling on the chest.
Magnus spits in the sawdust. Sorry, Monacan spits in the sawdust.
I also
Magnus
think
would
the armor that Flanagan has etched on it the Tree of Life as well, I think.
Is that what it is? The rune of the Hounds of the Pine? Is that, or the...
Because
was that,
was it Kellic that gave that to you, or was it Folger? Kellic gave you...
Folger died. He didn't give anything to anyone.
Okay, Kellic then.
Kellic gave his plate to himself, and he gave the sword and shield to Flanagan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or maybe he just gave the sword to Flanagan.
And it has the roots
you
from
gave
the tree.
both, actually. You gave both.
Kellic's wearing that
he
plate.
still has that shield,
Probably not
actually.
here.
He still has the shield.
character, Ox,
Nice.
donated his plate to somebody in that first session. Or maybe, again, donate's the wrong word.
Was it Father
Okay,
Bloom?
so
It very well may have been Father Bloom.
I'm confused by anyone's skepticism. That seemed to me...
It seemed pretty
maybe coherent isn't the right word, but it seemed quite clear that the rear gate House of the Depths is unbarred. There is a path open to something that we ought to defend. Now, whether we take this guy's word for it is almost immaterial. We can ask Bloombad to consult a light on these matters, and I think that would be our first order of business. What do you guys think? I mean,
well, before that,
different
Kendern
ways
has
of knowing
more.
things, but
Kendern has more information.
okay,
go
for
by all
it.
means.
Stay on.
Besides vouching for the power and the foreknowledge of the minstrel judges, Kendern informs you that the order he's a part of, the Knights of Saint Olbar, had a foothold in the Lioness. They had taken over the island of Telgrin in the Isles of the Lioness. They have since been uprooted. The island of Telgrin is completely now controlled by evil forces, and they have been uprooted and are en route here, the Order of the Knights of St. Olber, in order to defend Albion, the home of the light, the home of the religion, the home of the faith, the home of law. They have in their retinue 10 regiments of peasants, 5 regiments of heavy horse, 10 of light horse, 10 of light foot archers, 3 large ships, including the flagship, and a hero, the Castellan of Olbar, paladin. And that's about all I got. They are probably going to be delayed. They probably won't be here for another month.
Serious
I
business.
don't think we can feed that many people.
I'm sure we can. I mean, a regiment isn't like a regiment. It's a different, it's like 20 people.
Yeah, that's about the population of Caden's Rest that he just described. Yeah, that's like 800 people.
All right. Well, never mind what I said.
So are they due to come? They're arriving off the coast, off the west coast here, east coast.
I don't know their exact movements. My understanding is they would go through because Lioness is on the west of Albion, right, Ross?
Oh. Yes.
I assume they were going to come through Port Town down the river because I believe Port Town is to the west of here.
Does anybody have a map to share a link to that shows the location of some of these places?
The location of these places?
It's
there is one, but
Port
I
Town.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
We don't have like a master map that we've all been working from.
No.
All you need to know is Port Town is off our map, off our regional map to the west.
Quite far. I think it's a couple days travel, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I know I like to have kind of an idea or a visual, and I know you haven't been here, so it's easy enough. Like if I could make this blob to be England, and then as you get up into Scotland, it narrows, and you have Loch Ness, and it goes up into Inverness. Inverness is where Caden's Rest is. And if you follow Loch Ness, that waterway to the west on the opposite side is Port Town. So it's just like the opposite coast. And then Lioness is an archipelago of islands, as in the Vance novels, like an Atlantis,
Right.
I assume Finbar would have come with Ulfkel to the council, and he would let you know that chartering private boats, you can get there in about a week's time if all things go well. If there's any problems with the journey, it takes longer. But he was able to shuttle back and forth from Lioness to back to Caden's Rest in order to adventure in Lioness and also in Rappan Athuk. So presumably, if it takes them a month or longer than a week, then they've ran into issues on the road. So a week.
Father Bloombad rises from the table. He says, "I'll be in prayer," and he walks out.
Thank you.
We'll turn to Jasir, who is a Leoness native, and he'll ask him if he knows of the evil that is being, foretold. To us, the name of a Dark Lord is the name of any other person. It just sounds mean. What does he know about them?
He's not sure. He'll relate. I'm not sure if this is the same evil we ran into, but what we ran into was an ancient black sword that was so powerful it almost possessed one of our crew who touched it. That sword was brought to a city with a powerful mage who seemed to be taking care of it. And as far as we could tell, the sword won that battle, and he possessed that mage, or something of that nature. It was a bit confusing. But it seemed that a great evil was unleashed by the combination of this sword and this mage coming together. And they proceeded to lay waste to a good amount of the area, as far as I know. I then proceeded, I took off to Albion to chase this tome. And the cause seemed lost at that point anyway to me. So that's what I can report. I cannot say if it's the same evil.
The Doom Speaker mentioned a name.
Jasir doesn't know a name. Can't report a name, unfortunately. Yeah.
With that, I'm going to keep it moving into the next day. So you rest as best you can, and the next day comes as if it were any other day in Caden's Rest on Iul the Second. It is Iul the Second, and guards that very next day by early afternoon report in a hurry that there is a disturbance at the second gate.
We go.
Yes.
Okay. It is not hard to see, and this is something that has been a problem in the past and is not entirely uncommon. The rowdy, cramped, muddy hovels from Rodocon's Tavern all the way south to the Red Waif. There are fires, and you see a horse loose with no bridle or saddle bolt off on its own, and you can see fighting and disturbance, at least in 2 or 3 places. And the guard will say, "Sir, while this is the riffraff are at it again outside the gates, we thought it worth mentioning that several lawful fishermen have gone missing."
In this fighting, or like last night?
I regret to say we don't know. Their families came to us this morning, and they said that last night when they took their beds was the last time they were seen.
All right. There might be some hope then.
I just want to note something to the players, that this is news of invasion to come from the west, and we have news that the people are been going missing to the east, right? So it's 2 different.
And the boats would be coming from the east, and those are also missing. Well, okay, they come from up and down river.
The boats don't come from the east. They go to the east and they return. We've never gotten a boat from the east. Aragnak prevents it.
Well, I mean, the roleplay chat, well, wherever the boats come from, what I'm reading in the chat is that no patrols have returned from across the river to the east.
Yes.
No traffic has come or gone upon the river. In both directions?
In both directions.
Okay. So that's significant, I think.
But the west
say
direction
right
is common because those only come once every 2 or 3 weeks anyways.
Right.
Sometimes they won't come for a while. This is
Right.
a remote backwater, and it's a matter of if a keelboat captain thinks there's about 3 keelboats that come from the west, and do they think they can make a profit? So they come every so often.
Right. Okay.
When he says there's no traffic from the east, what he means is there's no traffic going between 2 of our other domains and here. We're suddenly cut off.
Right.
It's quite
We take
severe.
we usually take one of the keel boats to shorten our trips east to get to adventure sites.
To the bridge and all that, right?
Citadel, that names.
Yeah.
Is it
Usually the
possible
Citadel,
that
that
they're
means, but also the
being?
bridge.
Is it possible that they're being intercepted by the Froghemoth? I know that's more on the north side of things, but
But the swamp still possibly connects, so that is a potential as well.
Can't rule it out, but I feel like someone would have seen it.
So
All
we
right,
have.
I'm gonna curveball you here.
I want to catch that curveball. We've got about an hour and 15 minutes left to play, so I'm going to move to the night. But yeah, do you want to issue an order? Or, give me that curveball.
No, I mean it's kind of a beg. I have a henchman who's a raven. We
Yeah,
talk.
let's do it.
I want him to tell me about this birds not landing and what they've seen if they're flying around all the time. What's going on? What's going on between here and the place where he lives with me?
I think you can send this raven up, and that tells you everything you need to know. Because I mean, you can talk to the raven, right? Just like a person.
Yeah.
And it can fly.
He's a henchman. He's.
You have
we got a report.
Okay. So, again, so not accounting for what we knew before, right? Because we didn't do any of this before, but now you can just say, fly if you want. Do you want to risk him flying? Otherwise, he's not going to know. Or he can just tell you what he thinks about. Okay, you're going to risk him flying.
He can risk it. He's.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got lots of HD and
you send
won't get killed.
You send a bird to the east, and this tells you everything you need to know immediately. Even though it is early evening, late afternoon, the bird will come back by early sunset, and this is good in that it didn't come back in dark or came back at all. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see here. I need
Just a shower of feathers.
There are 2 strongholds out there that he will have flown over. I want to know if they still exist.
He won't make
went
it.
that far?
He won't make it to the strongholds, and
Wasn't way out
Far enough to see them from miles off.
he'll come back and he'll say,
Okay.
like urgently, like there is a army of evil things, and they have built an outpost on the opposite hill from here. This happened recently. They have boats, and they're headed this way.
Malportent indeed.
You now have hours to react.
Okay.
Precariously goes to gather what the Cadence Fist has available and starts telling his people to start getting everyone ready.
Magnus goes to sleep immediately and prepares to prepare maximum fireball.
This is not something that's happened in a long. Like this happened once before that Keaton's Rest was attacked, right?
This was by a group of 20 bandits. This is by regiments of some kind of monster.
So wait, how far away are they?
Let me actually bring up the area
Because
map.
Are they just
Inchberry.
across the river?
Yeah, the bird will tell you all this, so I'm going to put you on the area map and draw, because I'll tell you everything it tells you. Okay, so you're right. Actually, I want a bigger map. I'm going to go to this one. Okay, so
Oh,
you
yeah, this is a
are
good one for us.
right here. And this river is not a mile wide, so this is a very inaccurate map in that way. But this hill right here, there is a force that has taken that as an outpost, and they have brought boats on the on the far. I'm sorry, that's not where I want it. Let me get rid of that. On the far bank, and they're preparing these boats. They have several of them. He thinks 4, maybe 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's, before Magnus disappears, Kellogg will offer him a question. Can he fly?
Yes.
He's not the only person who can cast a fireball here, but he's probably the only person who can fly and cast a fireball.
Yeah, I can't do that.
If you think that's a good idea.
Yes.
It-
I mean,
It
Yeah.
would be great risk, but Praderi has a Pegasus mount that he offers.
Good lord.
well, being that I'm the reason he has a Pegasus mount, it makes
Yeah.
Get up to some stuff.
Simeon has obscuring
no,
mist he could
I-
lay down if we
I
want to
really
set some
think,
kind of chance.
honestly, I can already fly.
So,
So
yeah, but you have to use a spell slot for it.
Yeah, but like somebody that can actually fight should probably get the Pegasus mount. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I can
how many
come
spell
with, but I'm
slots of
not
that
nearly so
level?
fast.
Does
Can I-
Magnus have?
I have
I
two.
suggest that
Wait, let Martin work first, okay? That way he can
Yeah.
gather his information, and then we'll go around the table. I'll make sure I get back
Well,
to you, Jay.
part of my problem is a lot of that newer info is over on the the Foundry. But yeah, I have 2 level 3 spell slots. So.
Okay, perfect. Jay, what's up?
well, I'm just thinking about like when to attack. So
I'm attacking tonight, but you guys can mount a better attack after that. I'm gonna burn their boats.
Okay.
But that's
I'm down with that.
Well,
well, that's-
I guess I'm wondering what time is it now? And we heard that we have hours. So what's when you say tonight? Like, can we just get a track of what time it is and when we anticipate them attacking? Like,
How much moonlight's there going to be?
Let's
It's
get Jay's answer first, and then
yeah.
we'll come back to the moonlight. That's a good question.
so for Jay, 7:30 p.m. The sun is setting. You think you have several hours. They're going to attack in darkness. You can reasonably make this inference because they have something you don't. You know they can see in the dark. All of you know that.
okay.
Okay.
May I say one more thing? I think burning the boats is a really great idea. If I recall correctly, there's certain times of year when we could ford that east-west river. Like the big one is one that says current on it, but the other one is fordable.
Yeah.
So if we burn the boats, then I think we have to be prepared for, which is a great place to defend. That river is a great place to defend, right? So the timing of when to do that at night is important because we would want to be like probably in the daytime defending that river line, the east-west, the north-south river, right?
I think the north-south river is hard to ford. Let's get Zolotan's thing, and then we'll come back to Colin.
I was wondering how
You
much
asked
light
what
there's
cycle
going
of
to be in
moon
the
it was,
dark.
right?
Yeah, basically.
So can we see?
Well, depending, of course, on how overcast it's going to be, which we can't predict.
So yeah, let me clarify that. You fighting at night is going to be an absolute nightmare because the best you have, moonlight or not, ambient light or not, are torches and lanterns, and that's not great to fight
I have a
with.
chest plate that glows with the power of the sun.
I mean, that's great, but your whole army doesn't. Fighting at night. You all don't have night vision goggles. This sucks.
No.
Like to wait and fight at night is going to be.
So we know that they're a type of creature or chaos people who can see at night, as you're saying.
Basically, all can usually.
There's maybe a dozen continual light lanterns, and that's not going to cast light far enough for a battlefield.
And let me clarify this. Let me clarify this because I think if the plan is attack now, and then so let me answer multiple of these things because I don't want you all to get lost in little details here. Yes, you can ford. Yes, you can make it there before night falls. if you can be mounted. If you're not mounted, you can't. Yeah. You also have a boat.
Okay. Colin,
My
you had something earlier. I don't want to get that lost yet.
Sure, just for the boat burning plan, Semyon is able to both shapeshift into a bird and cast produce flame and pyrotechnics. So there's some stuff to throw in there.
I also have access to mass morph, Martin.
Okay.
If you want to like set an ambush or something like that.
I want to go for minimal complexity, maximum magic on this one. I have a 5th level mage in my employ who can cast fireball as well. So that's pretty much you
Mass
plus
morph
hers
is
our firepower.
Mass morph is a 4th level spell, and it can hide our entire army.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're attacking a fixed position is the problem.
Yeah, but they have presumably they have to travel a route to get there. If we can discern what that route will be, we can hope to meet them. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, though they are going to attack at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
AJ, you had something, and then I want to get Jay's.
No, I'm good. Go Jay.
Well, I just wonder. I agree with you, Martin, that like hitting them like this is like let's barrage them with magic, like to use contemporary terms. Let's just like and not bring our forces. This would be Flanagan's thought too, with what little we have here. The manpower difference is like immense, and our we can't see in the dark. So like I would imagine, I think the intention here would be to barrage them, burn with magic, do as much damage as possible to hopefully delay them overnight so that they won't attack at night, and at least give us to the next day to figure out what to do.
Are they okay? I have a key question. Are they passing
Yeah.
through the Inchberry area on their way? Have
Opposite way.
they already passed there? What's that?
Opposite way. They're coming from the other direction.
Okay.
But let me get this. Let me interject with this because you're going to need this detail.
Please.
This is a mechanical detail. You'll need this. A small ship, which I'm going to say a kill boat has 15 structure points. A fireball, if I recall, now somebody can check me on this, I think counts as 3 small catapults, which attacks for 6 points. And that is to say, I think in 2 fireballs, you can take out 1 kill boat.
Another option the Semyon has is warp wood, which
You can
could
also just fireball the dudes.
could break a ship a little bit.
Okay. So, Johns, sorry to put you on the spot. I want to make sure you're not getting lost in this. Where are you with these plans?
I'm wondering why we would wait till night. I mean, if they have the advantage at night, we should try to stop them before they get here.
Yeah, pretty much ASAP. So there's as much daylight as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we set up like some bonfire? Can we go meet them, draw them, and just have some bonfires going?
Yeah, wouldn't that mess up their night vision?
Well, at least allow us to see.
So in general, Ross may rule that way, but in general, there are specific things that produce sunlight, and usually it's sunlight that messes up these things. And the only spell that produces sunlight is continual light.
Which all of us have all of us have continual light artifacts on us at all times.
It's important to know that only the cleric version has the effects of sunlight, which I can cast and Bloombad can cast.
Yeah, I've just got a little magic lantern that's
in old Dungeons and Dragons, doesn't torchlight mess up infravision? So wouldn't that? I think Magnus has a good point. That's what I was wondering. If we make big conflagrations.
Let me take. Yeah. Okay.
So that's a Ross question. What do you think?
Yeah. You would need to. I'm going to say that's dubious. I don't want to just say no. I don't think that's just no. I don't think that's just a no. But you have to be in the right place to have that light at the right place and be close enough. And that's a lot of filters to get through. You would have to set up some kind of trap for that. And then everything would need to be in that right place with the right trap. So let me frame this situation with light, because we're looking at light a lot. The defense of a city with a palisade, your defenders can have light where they need them, but they're not going to see the enemy, unless you set out, I don't know, they'd have to be in the water, which is going to be really hard. But they can defend. So I'm not going to impose any penalties like on a wall or in the streets. Like, I'm going to assume the best. I'm going to assume you can set up light the way you need it. Okay. If you are attacking at night, it's hard for me to imagine how a force can do that. But your characters, of course, have all these magical benefits. You literally have like these special lights that you've got and all kinds of stuff. So, of course, you can use that just like in accordance with Swords and Wizardry.
Okay. So I'm going to summarize the plan that I had. So I didn't really do that earlier. I want to do just what Ross described. I want to do a strike group right now with characters who are likely to survive, have hit points, and are likely to get out. Meanwhile, someone is going to prepare the forces. We have, and I'm assuming this is why Ross was asking about it, we have some armor in the armory that can be passed around and equip people. There are militias in the various sub-settlements around Caden's Rest. Flanagan has sway there. People know him. People probably know a whole bunch of you guys. Someone needs to go out and rally the forces and get something ready. A lot of those settlements on the outside don't have walls. It's unclear to me whether these guys are going to try to come around the north side or whether they're going to try to come into Zelkor's Ferry through its unwalled side, which is incidentally something that we should correct later. But those are the two things I want to get done. If someone else has something else they want to do with their character that would make a big difference, pitch it.
Go ahead, AJ.
So one of my followers that has been absent for a while is far to the west, training up the militia at a city farther away. If we could reach him, he might be able to muster some sort of reinforcements from outside.
How far to the west?
That comes down to one question: do they have horses? Like that's a if they don't have horses, no way.
I can't remember the name of the town off the top of my head, but it is a much larger city. It's where the Rakshasa had replaced the guards, and
we'd have to get there by boat.
Or someone could take the Pegasus.
Oh, it's certainly a horse.
They need horses. Do these militia forces, are they mounted? That's the only way they could get here.
I'm sure that city has enough horses for them, but I think it might be too far for them to. They wouldn't be here today or tomorrow. It would be a week.
That's too far.
Yeah, I actually believe it might be hypothetically possible for hard riding to get from Inchberry to here via horse.
The Pegasus, I think, can get there quickly. It is incredibly fast, but
wait, isn't Inchberry like 3 miles from here?
Yeah, Inchberry is like right here.
AJ
was talking about Port Town.
Let's partition this into 2 bits, though, okay? Because we've got about an hour left. So it sounds like we've got really kind of 2 phases or to a plan. Phase 1 and 2, or phase A, Alpha and Bravo. So the first thing is you're like, we have got to stop these boats now on our terms. We can't wait. Right. I'm hearing that. So like, that sounds like a character thing. My proposal is let's just focus on that right now. You've got a long war game ahead of you. You can figure out how to try to win or lose this. It matters, but let's figure out if you end up with a victory, a loss, or something Pyrrhic in between with those characters. I think that would be a good thing to do in an hour.
All right.
Okay. Can I add one more thing? And it looks like John wants to add something too. Just a quick little note. Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say that I wouldn't survive going across the river, so I'll stay back and make sure to try to rally the troops and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get yourself killed.
Yeah, I think Flanagan will be staying back and doing the rallying. And I think one more thing that would be important, it sounds like this might not be an issue right now, but I want to say it just in case, is like, we want to know is if it gets dark, or even right now, we want maximum information about if they're already coming around, if there's other approaches happening. So I think that we should also send out posts on horseback so that we're watching the river to the north and to the east, and also the lands to the south. So if anybody's coming from any direction, we get information right away. No surprise attacks and or flanking attacks. And I'd also like to propose that when we gather this militia, we ask them to come to collect towards Caden's Rest, Like, let's not just get them like activated, but let's band them together so we can react when we find out what if we're going to be attacked from a certain direction. We don't want to be have our units separated or anything like that.
So
let's consolidate.
Don't let me forget that. But because this is going to be a not these hero characters, that's going to be a back in the rear situation. Let me get back to these characters and let's frame that and get that on wheels here. You have a boat that's going to be your fastest thing, and you can cast Magnus can cast that mass polymorph or whatever mass morph spell on one boat, and everybody can be hidden on that boat unless we'll see about that. But then that one boat can go in one of two places. Otherwise, everybody's going to have to be mounted. We'll get to the Pegasus and all that stuff in a second. I'm just trying to get big strokes here first. You got one boat. It's the only thing that's going to get a bunch of people somewhere real fast. Are you going to go straight for the boats or straight for the army? And I would say that really you can only reasonably, you're not going to be able to do two in one night, and you're not going to be able to do two. You're going to have to choose one or the other, and you're going to have to move fast if you're going to not run out of daylight. So
Brown is adept at sizing up military forces. He's just spent the past 3 months doing nothing but aerial reconnaissance and comparing forces to each other. How many of them are there? Ish.
Yeah.
Rough estimate.
Yeah, no, he would be able to and give. I mean,
he's not human, but
right?
He's got ideas beyond big and small.
Let me look at.
What's wrong with not being human?
He probably just doesn't think in terms of individual humans as units.
I'm trying to get the medieval term for it.
Is he numerate?
He will say,
I don't know. It's a good question.
A company, a cohort, something between less than a legion, but a half legion, perhaps. Many regiments.
Many regiments.
Less than a legion, more than a company.
I'm not sure how to put a number to that.
I
mean, I am, but it's a pretty big number. That's like
somewhere
saying more than 100,
half
less than 1,000.
It's exactly what he would say. More than 100 or less than 1,000, because you think about these things that are camping and doing.
I was thinking Legion like 10,000, so that's a little better.
More than 100, less than 1,000.
Fireballs.
Gonna need a couple fireballs. Yeah, we're gonna need more than a couple. I've got some AOE, but it's kind of weak.
All right, so to get this rolling, I want to summarize this and get this distilled down to one thing to act on, and then we can get all the edge cases going from there.
It sounds like going after the boats is, like, if we're choosing between going after the boats and going after the troops, then going after the boats is clearly what we're leaning towards. Is that right?
The boats give us a chance to stall.
Yeah, exactly.
If you guys... Okay, here's the question. Let's give Ross something to work with. Does someone want to run a diversion? Cowards. I'm in.
Maybe. I mean,
I'm in too. Sorry, my mic was muted.
The thing is just that we've got so few forces that splitting them again is like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a Pegasus. I'll go flying around on a Pegasus. I'll distract these guys. I'll throw stuff at them from the sky.
I am like a flyer who can cast illusions, so I could probably do something, but I can't cast big illusions. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be like, hey, get that guy.
Yeah, I
just want these guys not to raise the alarm on their boats very effectively. If you guys want to do something heroic and risky and die horribly and roll out new characters right before the war game.
My personal leaning, just a proposal, is that we just kind of stick together as much as we can and try to concentrate what little force we have.
This actually sounds like a vote, but go ahead, Father Chris.
Martin, this matters. First of all, Mass Morph doesn't just do whatever I want. It's very specific. It makes 100 men or horse-sized creatures, up to 100 men or horse-sized creatures, appear to be innocent trees. Innocent trees, mind you. So no messing around now. Nobody's going to be suspicious of the trees if we do
casual.
Just the trees in the middle of the ocean. It's like, it's fine.
Right, that's the problem. It's innocent trees. But here's another spell I have: hallucinatory terrain.
Oh. Yeah.
This spell changes the appearance of the terrain into the semblance of what the caster desires. A hill can be made to disappear, or it could be replaced with an illusory forest. For example, I argue that the river could be redirected in a specific way to make them completely just walk into the water and have us just like be right there to
Annihilate
rain
them.
arrows down from them from the ship.
So
Yeah,
just
or-
make,
or-
make
or
them
make it
think
seem
they've
like
reached the
there's-
shore when they haven't, is what you're suggesting?
Yeah, so
Or make it seem like there's more rivers, so they run their boats aground.
anything, whatever Martin wants, but whatever we decide. But the point is, that's a lot more useful, I think, than the mass morph as a fourth level spell.
Running the boats to the ground is not going to be a big
All right,
problem because the boats aren't that big.
Let's get back to the concept of the operation, because that's what I need to work with, and then we can put wheels on this. So,
the
here's
trouble with the illusory terrain
hold on,
plan is that-
no more details.
Hang on.
I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so boats. So that's the first thing. The second thing is a diversion vote. Okay, so unless
That's volunteers, not a vote. If you want to do a
That's-
diversion,
of
you can
course.
volunteer for a diversion.
yeah, that's
If you
true.
don't want to risk your character and don't think there's value
We
in
need to
that,
put up our hands if we're going to do it, though. So we
Well-
still have to.
Go for
offer.
it.
I
Go.
think we need to have at least a basic idea of something that could be a diversion. If you're just saying we're gonna run out there screaming, that's not a diversion.
Well, you
That's
can come
just-
up with
just
something
suicide.
good. If you want to be a diversion, I have faith in you. I have faith. I believe in
Diversion
you.
works as a general strategy because you know we've got ideas.
Okay.
Put up your hands if you want to be a
no.
diversion.
He's right. For a diversion, I don't want anyone on the ground who's going to get caught and killed. Someone should just go
This is
flying around and
obvious.
do something
Yes.
big and
Quick-
noisy and
Quick idea for the
distracting.
diversion: hallucinatory terrain plus
Yeah.
multiple illusion spells to make the appearance of a completely different threat that they'll walk into.
That's still the main effort, though. We're still talking in terms of military terms. You've got the main effort, and then do you have a secondary effort? And
I see what
you don't have to. You don't have to. But I just want to know who is. Is there somebody that wants to be the fix element? No is a fine answer. No hands are going up. All right, we're moving on from that one. Okay,
I'm doing it.
Okay,
I will.
the
If I
commander
may,
of the
if I may
forces will do it.
borrow the Pegasus, I will do it myself. And there's a good reason for that I'll explain later because I won't be very useful in the other thing. The reason for the diversion is very simple. If you guys go out and you do this thing at the boats and they respond fast, you're all dead. Or maybe you all get out, but you don't want to get bogged down there in a melee with 500 orcs, even if you can kill 100 orcs. I just don't want you guys to get completely caught out. I want to give you a little time to get in so that you can give yourselves time to get out. That's all it is.
May he
you get all-
borrow the keys to the Pegasus? That is the second question.
I mean, you're gonna have to ask him for the boat too, because Frederick is a shareholder in the boat. But yeah, the boat is a definite yes. The Pegasus is a yes.
Okay. All right. So now we have a main effort. We'll define all right, we're going to use these spells and we're going to use these tactics. You should totally do all that. Honestly, we can kind of do that when we get there too. This is Dungeons and Dragons. That you can do that on your turn, and that's okay. We need a new leader of that group. I'm just going to go by seniority, but also somebody who's been here, and I'm going to pick Father Chris. He's been here, and he's also been here for a long time, and also he's got a lot of magic. So it's going to have a lot of magic stuff. Main effort, fixing thing. Okay, go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, if you think it's better, Martin, to have one of my characters be the diversion, either Aaron or Jasir will do that, and you would be available for the main fight. I'm not sure what your plan is.
I was going to
exactly.
say I'm willing also. I got 30 hit points. I got a potion of heroism. I got a weird eyeball and a crown. I can make a spectacle. Whatever, however I'm useful, I'll do it.
And my thought is just that Jasir and Aaron are both just fourth level. They're not going to be as big of a loss if
Right.
they go fly. If they're not involved.
We're gonna get
It's up to
this.
you. You want to fly around on a Pegasus? You fly around on a Pegasus.
So
Yep.
I want whoever feels that's fun. Like who's gonna have fun doing this? Colin, you want to have fun? Is this fun?
The
Yeah.
distraction. You know,
Let's-
if,
let me
I
have
could
just-
do the distraction. I'm just.
Let me have Jasir do it.
Let's
gonna
not
be a
keep waffling
distraction.
on
I'm
this.
going for a
No, we're done. We're not going to keep doing every single
Just-
person. Like, no, Lord have
Okay.
mercy. Okay.
Jasir will do
We're
it.
still that's
Okay,
what we're talking about.
we're
Jasir
going
will go
with
up. He'll go up with whatever bright things people want to give him, and he'll have protection from evil and just
All right.
drag him
All right,
off.
here we go. Let's roll. So we're not going to talk about the rear area. Important stuff. Okay. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's get that moving. You've got a boat. It's full of people that have magic. Some of them can fly. It's full of all the resources. You can tell me what you're bringing from your character sheet later. I trust you. And then you have Jasir, who has mounted a Pegasus. You ever mounted a Pegasus before, Jasir? Is this the first?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I think we've managed to have horses, but I don't think he's done a Pegasus before.
Frederick
So-
can go with you and pilot it.
Wait.
Oh no, he'll do it himself. He's good. Yeah.
Okay.
He is. He's gonna do it.
There's something just way less heroic about Perduri with his arms around Jasir, like on the basis. Like it just loses a lot of the oomph I'm imagining. I don't. You're heroes, but let's just let somebody be a hero.
He's
That's
gonna
fine.
go up there with his warhammer and his shield, and he's gonna be hooping it up.
Okay, here
Come
we
and
go.
get me!
He's on the cover to an 80s war game.
I'm
Exactly.
so pleased that you made me put together a different battle map because I didn't have one.
Perduri gives you a potion of levitation.
Nice.
Okay.
That's huge.
And don't forget to say yeehaw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to like kind of theater of the mind this a little bit. I'm gonna have to use 2 of these. So here we go. The boat comes up. Let me put a boat down and some stuff. I have a boat here somewhere.
Incidentally, Ross, Jasir still has the boon from the dungeon we were in to resist fire.
Nice.
So that's a thing.
That will prove very useful very soon. I'm very pleased with all of this. I don't have a boat, so I'm gonna draw one, and I'm gonna put you right in the situation. You can tell me what you do. All right. Here you are on the coast, and I will verify for you. Let me make sure.
I'm still looking at the
Oh yeah, let me move that.
the other map. Is it okay? Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh wow.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. There are in fact 4 boats, and I'm going to drag them. Actually, I'm going to take all of these.
So as you're doing
Shape
that,
boats.
just to be clear, Flanagan's staying back. He's rallying troops and all the rest of it, and let's at least have one person alive. Let's see if this turns sideways. And I think John is too, right? Tempest.
What am I doing?
You're
Staying
staying back.
Staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. You catch them flat-footed in a couple of ways. Let me grab your boat. We're going to need that. All right. Let me tell you some details here, and then you can make some decisions. Number 1, you can see them. You cast this spell. You redirect the river. You think it works. They don't notice you. There's some things that you see about them. Number 1, of these 4 boats, you recognize them. They're all goblin scamps. They have taken those boats. Number 2, there's no way that they could fit whole regiments on this. Something is odd about this. Number 3, you see a strange. Well, there's no buts about it. This is some sort of undead being. Did that not show up? Oh, here we go. An undead being.
Yikes.
And then you also see next to him, conversing with him, someone else that you recognize. And let me tell you about him. But I'm going to tell you from the point of view of Magnus. Because Magnus, you have seen this man before. But this is not the man you knew before or have seen before. His eyes are hollow sockets. His mouth a blackened hole. His fingernails blackened. His skin molting. This is an undead creature. Whatever was terrain inside of this husk is no longer there. Something has taken terrain. Yeah, I think that's what you see. You're confident they don't see you. You're coming on a boat. What do you do? Oh, I should note they have about 3 regiments on land. 2 of them, you've seen these things before. I'm sorry, you've seen these things too. These are awful skeleton creatures. A couple of you saw very early on. They do not seem human. They lumber like 7 feet tall, inhumanly elongated limbs and talons. They have a massive gaping hole. There's like a whole couple of regiments of these things. One of them all have longbows. And actually, there should only be 2 of those regiments. So the others are south, organizing and preparing. So you've actually, and you can see a bunch of regiments on the hillside. Okay, go ahead.
Are
Brother
those the
Chris?
exploding
Wow.
undead? I'm sorry.
Exploding.
Well, Chris,
undead?
do we divert from the plan and try to eliminate a faction leader before the war game starts?
Is Terrain a faction leader, or is he just a?
Oh yeah.
I think
something
so.
that's making him?
I mean, he
So
was.
I
I don't know if he is.
I have a really quick pitch. If we can get within 40 feet of them, I have a scroll of Holy Word. Creatures of fewer than 5 hit dice are slain. 5 to 8 hit dice are stunned for 2d10 turns, and 9 to 12 hit dice are deafened for 1d6 turns.
Absolutely.
You have
Oh.
2 fireballs at once at your disposal if you want to try to blow him up and divert a little bit from our goblin boat plan. I'm not as worried about goblins. I'm a little worried
Try
about
catching them
goblins.
together too.
Yeah.
Good.
So
This is your call. Array the people you want.
my call.
Yeah, because you have the magic stuff.
Oh my
Your spells decide where the spells go.
Yeah. Okay. So, well,
You have
Terrain.
history. I've
go.
never met Terrain.
Oh well. I mean, the revenge is almost empty now. If he's
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. I mean, it's nonetheless he's obviously.
He's not all dead.
All right, we're playing D&D. Let's have fun. Do something cool.
Father Chris,
Yeah.
what's the play? Where does your spell go? The other ones will follow.
Which spell? The terrain spell?
I don't care. The first spell you
Fireball
cast.
something.
Yeah. Let's fireball wherever terrain is.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna aim for terrain. You gonna or
Seems to be
do
in
you,
charge a little bit.
do you disembark first or stay on the boat?
Do we think a fireball will do it?
Do you think 2 fireballs at the same instant will do it? Because that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up. Are you talking about the boats or terrain? Terrain, I'll leave that up to you. This is Dungeons and Dragons,
how many
so you
people?
don't know.
How many people are around him?
You've got the 2 regiments, so that's about 40 undead, and then you've got the this big undead boss thing, and then there's him.
I bet those undead
That
are
all
1 hit
folds
dice.
to 2 fireballs. Yeah,
Those
I
undead
feel
are
like-
2 hit. If this undead are 1 hit dice, then AJ gets a chance to really shine. Solve the problem.
Don't you think we should do a turning, like a holy word, or turning, like do both of those and just like.
Just open up, absolutely.
Let's
Open
start
up
with
our
the
holy
big
house.
concept
let's-
first. Are you closing?
let's back up for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
real quick. John, you had something you wanted to say real quick, and then
I was gonna say, why don't you illusory terrain the approach of you guys going up there and get as close as you can or under the illusion and just nail them with everything that you got and then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So
That's a good
we've already used illusory terrain, although that would have been a very good use for it as well.
I have Phantasmal Force, which I don't know if that's big enough. It's definitely created large effects in the past.
This
I could
is
just have like a fog bank approaching or something.
Yeah, and I can
this is a
double
lot of
up.
people with a lot of
Well-
magic doing a lot of thinking.
Let me reframe.
We are on a boat on the river.
Look, yeah,
here's
look,
Chris.
look,
Where does
look,
the spell
wait,
go?
wait, wait, wait,
We follow
wait,
your
wait,
lead.
wait, hold on. Let me reframe this.
Okay.
You did the hallucinatory terrain thing. It worked. It
Yeah.
worked. You can
Okay,
get as close as you if you want to get the boat
All right,
up
well
to
then
the
let's
boats.
just D-Day
Yeah, we're
out
as
there.
close
and
as you
kill them.
want. We're as close
Let's
as
let Russ
we want.
finish.
Yeah, like what do you want to do as a big concept instead of like let's attack this time? Like tell me, do you
Okay,
want to
big-
close up to the boats or do you want to disembark or do you want to like
Big concept is
Yeah.
double surprise. Everybody who has Phantasmal Force casts Phantasmal Force, and we combine our powers to put a fake army or at least a sizable regiment-sized thing on the opposite side of them from us, flanking them, and then they go towards that. It's big and loud, and then we surprise them from behind with the fireballs and the holy power and all that stuff.
So you want to disembark and cast a bunch of spells.
I think that's probably best, because if they blow up the ship, then we're kind of screwed.
You do that. Your boat, it sails through the hallucinatory terrain and you're able to get close. They don't notice you. You're able to disembark. You're able to prepare spells. Let me put your tokens down.
If Jasir is able to maneuver,
It just got real, guys.
If Jasir is able to maneuver to lead this illusionary army with a flying Pegasus, he will make that appearance.
Yes, absolutely. Do that. That's the perfect way to do it.
I'm sorry. I thought Jasir was flying a Pegasus to lead a distraction. Is that?
That's what it was.
We're combining
our
forces.
Actually, I thought he was distracting the troops on the hill so that they don't respond.
We'll get there in a second.
Okay. It's a separate thing. Got it.
Yeah. We'll get there in a second. Okay, let me put everybody down. I'm not going to put everybody down. That's a ton of tokens. All right, so you've got a big token. All right. So let me make sure I understand the second part of the plan, and is everybody happy and brief with this? Hallucinatory terrain, phantasmal force to give the illusion of like regiments. In brief, please tell me, there's no limit on what you could present, right? Test, you use this thing all the time.
I use it all the time. But
it can be up to 240 feet.
That's fine, we got that. Can you present a regiment behind them? You can do that, right? You can do that.
Yeah, where do you want me to put it?
No, that's fine. Okay. So you do that.
That's the main purpose of the spell, is to put a regiment behind someone.
That's awesome. Okay. Nice. What do these regiments look like, Test? Are they like... Yeah.
I would probably, as much as I want to get fantastical, I'm going to try to make it look plausible and sell it. So they're going to look like some locals, just some local tough hombres, Albionese fellas.
Okay, yeah, you have a whole bunch of Flanagans, like a ton of them.
Perfect, absolutely.
Little do they know the devastating forces, but he's an unassuming sort. So you create 2 regiments worth. Let's see here.
Is there anyone else that can cast Phantasmal Force?
Yeah, anybody else? No? All right. Yeah. And then, let's see. They save to see if it works, right?
Well, that's not in the spell description.
Kind of vague.
Not in the spell description? Then I don't have to worry about it. It works.
It goes away when something touches it. But if that thing is, if it does
damage, then they get a save.
Damage, then they can,
So a couple of things. Well, you can even have them like back up. You can have it do what you want it to do. We don't need to. A couple of things happen. First, these forces like prepare, and they turn around. They get archers behind, and then this big dude comes out to like lead them, and terrain is with just a bunch of like meager workers near the boat. He is totally by himself, and then you were there. So let's see here.
Dead or not, it looks like he's in charge.
All right. I want to put at least a couple of people down, particularly I can't help but put like Magnus down here. And I think a bunch of people here are here. Kellic is here, Perderi. I don't have everyone's tokens, right? So sorry about that. But of the ones I have a Zolotan. I'll put a Zolotan there. That's the old school Zolotan. I've got an oof kill. All right. And at this point, we're talking about swords and wizardry in Dungeons and Dragons. Yes. So declare spells.
Fireball.
Classic.
Turn undead from Owen.
Okay.
I'm going to take Potion of Heroism.
Okay.
Turn undead from Kendern.
Okay.
Can I cast Magic Missile while maintaining my Phantasmal Force?
No. I mean, you could, but I'm sorry, you did the thing, right? So, like, now this is the next thing.
It's gray area.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'd take that back. I disagree with myself. Yes, you can. You declare Magic Missile. Okay. Declare spells. He is going to use magic. We'll see what happens about that. Determine initiative. Kellic, roll a d6, please. I have to look again to how you roll a d6 on this.
Slash roll.
You got to get a 6.
6. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
What if I roll a bigger die?
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. He sees you. He sees you. And he
Oh no!
grins, and you just see the grave come out of a black pit in his mouth. Let's see here.
Oh boy.
He's loving life right now, or the unlife, should I say?
It's something.
It is clear to you that this is not terrain.
But does he look in charge?
Movement and missile fire. Let's see. He is going to not move. He is not going to fire missiles. Is anyone moving or firing missiles?
I mean, Monacan and Lockin.
Oh wait, I didn't do surprise.
That might change things substantially.
I do want to give. I do want to give you all the chance to do that. All right. He is not surprised. Oh, don't roll a 1.
I'm not rolling surprise. What could we possibly be surprised by, Ross? We're staging a surprise attack with aerial intel.
I can think of some things you'll be surprised by, but
Great.
We'll get to that in a minute. But
If you say so.
No, I agree with you.
This is
fine.
the dungeon.
6.
There's
Anyway,
there's
but
a
we
lot.
aren't surprised by the dice either. That's
So, all right. No one's firing a missile or moving. Is that right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
Monacan and Lockin are both firing missiles for sure.
Absolutely.
Roll d20s. Let's see it.
can
And
I
roll your
can I
damage too.
fire as well as drink a potion?
No.
Nat 20 on something.
All right, and your damage. Check them all. Check everything. Tell me, and I'll tell you what your target is. Your target is.
hang on. Before you do that, I'm gonna fire 2 shots as well.
Yeah. It is armor class 13.
All right. Monacan has hit twice for a total of 6.
6. Okay. And I think I think in this game, do you make a save to see if you maintain a spell? Is that? Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was
6.
just. I thought it just fizzles if you take
Yeah,
damage.
if you take damage, it just fizzles.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, that happens. Then you interrupt his spell.
Lockin also has done 8 damage.
All right. 8 damage. Okay.
Pasling has done 9.
All right. You all have killed him.
Good. Okay.
All right,
All right.
then.
All right.
All right.
You just you roll off this boat and you prepare to cast spells and then just start firing arrows into this guy as he's surprised. And there's this fake army that's retreating as this other army of undead tries to advance on him. And you just utterly fill him full of holes, and he's covered in arrows, and he falls back onto the
Sorry,
ground.
who do we kill?
Terrain.
He's undead. I'm not buying it.
Okay, what do you do?
We
still have
need
a cleric.
to.
There's
Yeah.
the phylactery.
Yeah.
I don't want. Well, personally, I don't want to waste my.
All right. Well, you guys could
spells,
talk about
so
it.
I'm
I'm going
gonna
to switch
wipe
over
out.
to. I am switching
Well-
over to.
All the spells have been declared, so
They
We might as well
go
blast.
off.
We might as well blast the army.
start
if we can.
blasting. That's right. Start
I'm-
blasting.
Yeah.
I'm just going to plop a glorpert down here. I apologize, Colin. That's the best I got. Okay?
Yes.
No.
Him all
It was the birds all along.
No,
What a
not another
stupid
bird.
campaign. If that were the case. Okay. Gosh dang it. This is Jasir doing this, right?
Yes.
Jasir is the cleric. Okay. Jasir, you get on the Pegasus and you fly over the army, and sure enough, they see you and they start to organize, and they start trying to fire arrows and everything, and you get their attention. You have got their army's attention. They are not coming to the north. And then you see a bright purple light from the ground, and something bursts up from the ground, and it flies into the air. And suddenly something is chasing you.
Uh-oh, Reggie.
It was AJ's Pegasus car.
So let me get you the speed of that Pegasus real quick. It has
really
a
fast.
flying speed of 48.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to figure out what this thing's flying speed is, because that will be important.
His flying speed is 49.
You see a large, almost metallic Adonis that's 10 feet tall, It looks like it's made of metal. It is glowing with a dark purplish light with 4 wings. It has an ancient Bronze Age type shield of obvious dark power and some sort of long hand-and-a-half blade, and it barrels towards you in flight. All right, time to look up its speed, because there's not going to be
This
any...
sucks.
Let's see here.
Come back in one piece, man.
Yeah.
This
It has
has...
twice as many wings.
Tell me the fly speed of the Pegasus again.
48.
This one is 30. You were able to lead a merry chase, Jasir, and you were able to lead this thing off of the battlefield. Let me make sure it doesn't have any. Let me make sure it doesn't have any obvious abilities.
I will add that I mentioned that I had protection from evil, and I will consider that Jasir casted that before he endeavored to do this. Just
I
in
do
case it
remember
comes
him
up.
saying that.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that says I can't fly and cast a spell at the same time.
You can move and cast a spell, right?
All it does is establish a flying movement speed.
Yeah.
I don't think... that's not going to be close enough.
Does flying
Spell
take
for
concentration?
No.
No,
Nope.
It's
Concentrations
just,
are
it's
very
just a
rare.
duration. It's just a duration during which you have a flying speed.
There is, we've got 30 minutes left tonight. We might not be able to figure this out in time. There is one spell he can cast that might matter.
But can't he cast anything? Oh wait, never mind. A different guy.
So here's the thing, Ross.
Yep, he can
You
cast
can't
it.
cast and move.
You
That's
can
the
in
rule.
this system as far as we know.
Yeah, I don't think
Can
there's
you?
there's nothing in this that
What?
says you
You
can't.
can't-
Oh my.
Yeah, it says you can't use ranged like arrow, like
Yeah,
you
you're
can't
right.
use missile fire and to move.
They've been
There's
doing
nothing
it.
there that says you can't. Yeah.
What?
We try not
what
to.
a
We try not to
terrible.
visit
But
retro
either
club.
way, let's stop doing the details and let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Either
I thought that mattered.
way,
It doesn't.
he stops moving to do this because it's not going to matter. And something glows from his blade and he casts a spell. Jasir, make a save. Versus death.
do.
Oh.
Lord.
Oh,
That will be... If he gets +1 from his protection from evil, that will do 12 will save.
I need help with protection from evil.
okay.
Is this
protection-
only within proximity or does it apply to spells?
So protection from evil is. I'm sorry, it's loading.
I love the tension. Love it.
Magical protection, blah, blah, blah. Blocking out all enchanted monsters such as elementals and demons. Evil monsters, not just the elementals and demons. Evil monsters suffer a -1 penalty to hit the caster, and the caster gets a +1 in all saving throws against such attacks.
That one thing alone saves your life. As this unholy blast like arcs out from this thing, and I don't know, what does it look like when you like hold back this blast with your protection from evil on a Pegasus?
Fireworks.
I think his whole body engulfs in white, blazing hot flame to repulse the blow.
Edging the feathers.
And the Pegasus adds to the effect. The Pegasus is sort of illuminated.
You do this chandelle and you turn around and like it glows and you take back this blast and it stops it. You're able to stay ahead of this at this point. You're able to get far enough ahead to where this thing could chase you. What do you want to do? Don't tell me how many feet this spell that. Let's not get into the details. Tell me what you want to accomplish. Tell me your intention. You're not with everybody else. You don't know what's going on with them.
Right. My intention is to lead it away from where I know our allies are. Also, not directly into Caden's Rest yet. So I'm probably going to the south.
Okay.
Just to lead it on a waste of time.
You're able to do that. You're certain of it. Meanwhile, back here, a couple of things happen. Terrain lay dead on the ground. These regiments distracted. The boats at your mercy. You see a blast of light in the air over the hill, in the sky. What do you do?
Have our spells gone off? Because this guy's
No,
spell
you
went off.
can choose not to. They slew him with this happened during the
Well, there's still a ton of undead to deal with, though, right? So
There's also both
Yeah, I'd like my turn to go off, please.
where Magnus fires, we fire.
no I'm
Do
talking
cleric stuff.
no I'm talking about I'm sorry we're miscommunicating here. You're talking about spell effects like turn the undead. Is that right? We're all right. I just wanted to see if you wanted to do anything else here before. Okay, let's spell effects, turn the undead, go for it.
yeah, let's see what happens with the turnings first.
So I got a 7. Let me reference that real quick.
I got an 8, and I also possess the Cross of St. Christopher. So that is up to...
Do you want 1d20 or do you want 2d10?
You roll the d20
Oh,
first.
it's 2d10, isn't it? Shoot. Should I re-roll that or just call it the 8?
Yes, reroll it. Reroll it. Roll the correct die.
I always do that. That's on me, fellas.
And I play so many games. I
11.
get it.
That's better.
Nice.
All right. So give me hit dice and creature types and undead types.
That is up to that which is equivalent to a white. Anything that is ghoul or below is automatically turned. Anything that is skeleton or below is automatically destroyed.
All right.
And you also do 1d6 damage to everything affected as well.
Correct.
And to how many again?
2d6. 8.
Okay. This turns half a regiment. They definitely know that those illusions aren't real. However, you can go ahead and roll for the damage of them test.
5.
And
The
then,
damage of the illusions?
Wait, is it 5 or wait? How many is it?
So I turned 8, but my cross deals damage to those that are turned.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's how much damage it does?
Yeah, 5 damage to everything that got
Nice.
affected by the turn.
Wow.
Okay.
and then Onin rolled a 7, so his is much less effective.
I thought you did great.
If I can just have the phantasmal force kind of like suicide attack themselves upon the enemy, then I do so.
Yeah, roll for damage. It's 2d6, isn't
8.
it? Nice.
Unsure how many targets that affects. Up to you.
Now we got to play chainmail for that. How would that work? 2d6? I think it would just actually work like one time, right? Like it'd
It
be
would
like
work
a
one time if they were like a shield wall and all advanced and attacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the way that we've done it in the past is like if I use a thing that literally attacks simultaneously, then it can hit multiple targets. Like if I pretend there's a dragon and it breathes fire, then it hits multiple targets. But it's in a case like this, you're reasonable in saying it only hits one target.
All right, roll 40d6.
Whoa.
Sorry, 40 d6,
Yep.
As in
Okay.
4-0?
117.
Let me look at them. Let's see, 6 and minus 1. Okay, it's not great. You didn't do a lot of damage, but
Okay.
okay.
Okay, fireball.
Yep. That will count in this as I believe that a fireball counts as 3 catapults, which I have to look that up.
In chainmail,
Is it not?
it just kills them. It just kills the regiment if it hits it.
Oh, really? I don't
Incredible.
Where did
Cannons,
I
if
get that?
if a catapult's missile touches a regiment, the regiment is done. It's just off the
Astonishing.
Well, I'm just going to believe you, but all right, here we go. Go for it. So you take out a regiment. It's that simple.
Okay.
Do you want to take
No
out the archers or the melee?
Archers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, please, thank you.
Magnus summons a fireball,
check and see how-
casts it. I thought that was going to terrain, and you cast it at these archers, and it incinerates the entire regiment. Okay.
Incredible.
I feel like we're going to have to revisit that. All right.
And I also
Well-
get a magic missile, it sounds like.
I mean, if you want
I
to,
have magic missile here as well. Go for it.
Yes.
That's
All right,
it's
I target,
literally a magical missile, is how it works.
All right, that weird creature with the book thing. I'm going after that.
Ah, yeah.
And if I do normal damage, then 12.
A nice roll.
Yeah, that's pretty
Ross,
66.
the fireball kills all of the regiments.
What?
What?
For the hit area, cut a circular... This is one sentence, so it'll be fast. Cut a circular plastic disc to the diameter stated above, yada, yada, yada. And all figures, wholly or partially under the circular hit area, are killed. Now, figures are not units. This is not if you touch a regiment, it's done. However, these guys are close enough that they fall.
They are. No,
the radius of a single fireball.
All right.
They are all gone.
All right.
Fireball is extremely powerful, Ross. There's a reason that I complained.
Okay. All right. You take out these forces. You will not take out this guy. I do need you to roll swords and wizardry damage as well for everybody casting a fireball. And I also need the magic missile damage. How much was that?
12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, roll high.
12 plus 26, 38. He screams an unearthly scream as he takes all of this magical flame and he walks out of the magical flame.
Whoa.
Is there anyone else left to fireball? Because there's another fireball that's going to go off. That's Katrina's.
Nope. Okay, roll your damage. If somebody else is casting fireball.
Who else? Who's left to target?
That guy.
That's it.
Yeah, that undead guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she throws
That
another
guy.
fireball at him.
Roll your damage. Or
That
I could save for half, by the way. Right?
Magnus,
yeah,
Magnus likes pointing at that guy and incinerating him with a fireball.
17 before saves.
Okay, 17. You all destroy this ancient grave knight.
The enemies are to the east. Copy. We're moving
So,
east.
guys, I've changed my mind about these goblin boats. With boating being a problem, I just want to take them. We can fix them up if they're crap.
All
Yeah,
right.
we got some boats now.
You have
We got a lot of people.
You have one huge problem, but I think this is what's going to happen. I think this just makes sense.
Okay.
This dark angel, this fallen demonic angel, soars into the air, sees after way too much time that it's been had, cannot catch up to the Pegasus, turns back and sees that you have destroyed part of his army, are in the position of initiative to take force. Like right now, you literally have spells, you have all these things, and undead are slow. You have got the initiative. You have control of the battlefield right now. Sees that he's lost his army and departs to the east.
Son of a bitch. I can't
Unless you think you can try to stop him somehow.
He's got to move. He's got a fly speed of 30. That's like twice my speed.
I have another fireball.
Is he close enough?
No,
Is he on the Pegasus?
he's literally like miles away on the other side of a hill chasing a guy on a
Where's the
Pegasus through the air.
Well, the Pegasus has been kiting.
And if you can telepathically say, hey, bring that thing into range, I guess, then that would make sense if anybody can do that.
I have one
can't.
gambit. I hand Bran the raven. He's quite large. He's like condor-sized raven, so he can carry something. I hand him a potion.
Cool.
I tell him to fly with all haste to Kahinagon, the stronghold at the bridge. The archers will know what to do with it.
Okay. What does this do?
Yeah, I don't
It's a
understand.
potion of poison. They're going to coat their arrows in it, and they're going to shoot this thing out of the sky. If it can be poisoned, they're going to try to kill it.
If it passes
That's a
over,
long ways away.
that's
a
fine.
long ways away.
That's certainly a tomorrow problem either way, I think. So
Yeah, he flies faster than
All right.
this thing, but not by much.
it sounds like you have earned Caden's rest, a respite, just for a little while longer, at least. And I think there's only one other thing left for me to tell you, and that is that you find an old book on the husk that was terrain.
Oh,
It is full of empty pages with no ink upon it, that it was all completely used. And that ends our adventure for the night. Mythic Mountains RPG is a private online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Folk RPGs are the games that belong to all of us. They're what actually happens at a table between friends. It's their voice that has the authority on what is fun and what works for them. Weekly, we upload our games to allow others to sit in with us. The channel isn't monetized. We don't own the artwork, music, software, or games shown in these actual plays, and you can find links to their authors in the description. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish, or don't. Just like games in person, you're welcome to pull up a chair, sit in, and watch some of our games. No performances, no fancy equipment, just regular people playing folk pencil and paper role-playing games and having a good time. We hope these games will prove a source of enjoyment to anyone just wanting to listen in, anyone looking for examples of how actual groups run and play folk RPGs, and most importantly, if you haven't found your group yet, you're welcome here at ours.